Ja. Maak een mooie van, man. Hey! Gaan wij hier Mooi boys. Goed zo. Dat maakt niet uit. Zie je dat? Dankie.
Potential of it, haven't we? You got the pantomime. That's good. By the way, hey, Dino, you doing right? Dino, you're the guest. It's a simple head or tail. 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 Cool, it's. Oh. This way. Perfect. Alright, Dino, everything go, man. Good luck. Good luck. Hey, Rob. Thanks, man. Yes, sir. Collins.
Die op het Rabobank in 2014 te gast is. Wij willen hier graag een traditie starten die nooit meer weggaat uit hockey. Dames en heren, de strafcorners worden ingeleid met een
Hello there and welcome along to the final pool game of the Rabobank Hockey World Cup 2014. It's New Zealand versus Netherlands in the men Pool B section. So we're coming at you live from The Hague. Plenty of local support again, as you'd expect. They've turned out in this first 10 days of the tournament in good numbers. Oh, there's the dream team. Another dream team in the commentary box today. Michael Absalom and David Hart with you for this one. Argentina and the Netherlands at the top of the table. So the Netherlands jostling for top spot in this game. New Zealand can shatter those dreams of finishing top should they beat the Netherlands here today. You see Netherlands in second place, New Zealand currently in fourth. Netherlands the only unbeaten side in this half of the draw. Potential lineups as well, if we look at those and look forward to the semi-finals. Well, if they lose this evening, the Netherlands, they will face Australia. If they win and go to the top of the table, they will face England. Those are the two sides qualified from the other half of the pool. Support for the Black Sticks too then. Black Sticks ranked 6th in the world, qualified 4th at the Rabobank Hockey World League semi-finals here in the Netherlands. And right on cue, the players enter the Kyocera Stadium. Dutch away to the left-hand side in all orange kit, and the Black Sticks led out by their captain Dean Cousins in the all-black kit. There's Hayward as well on the right of your picture. 6 goals in the tournament so far for Andy Hayward. The Netherlands have been sharing the honours. 13 field goals in total. A few of those coming in as penalty corners as well. 13 goals for. How many will they notch up this evening? Can New Zealand provide another surprise in this World Cup? We've seen the Germans dumped out of the World Cup. We've seen England women dumped out. Netherlands are going through to the semi-finals. But the word here is they'd rather have a semi against England than against Australia. We'll pause for the national anthems and hand you down to the trumpeter pitch side. Enjoy these. Need to get me some of those. It's the final pool game of the 2014 Rabobank Hockey World Cup. It's the Netherlands versus New Zealand. Final pool game for both sides. New Zealand, from their games played already, 6 points in the tournament. 11 goals for, 9 against. With Hague, Haywood, Child, Cousins the captain. Marcus Child as well, the number 13 there in the starting 11, with McGregor in goal, Burrows, Tarrant, McAleese, Jenis and Steve Edwards making up the starting 11 for Colin Batch. As we said, Andy Haywood has been on fire in the tournament. 6 goals from him. Dutch have been scoring willy-nilly as well. Let's have a listen into the New Zealand huddle.
Make sure that we are right up for this, and that means we are working hard for every ball. We are fighting for it. Every 50-50's got to be New Zealand to win, okay? And we go together again. I want full pressure on the ball when it comes into our half court. Press the ball, press the ball, press the ball. Get on, boys. Be aggressive, be and together.
Aggressive and together, that'll be New Zealand. First half on the way. Netherlands, well, Jaap Stockman there makes his 100th cap for the Netherlands, as does Klaas Vermeulen. So Stockman, Jolie, Bakker, Verger, Kemperman, Bart, Hofman, Devine, Van der Horst the captain, Van As and Mink van der Weerden in the starting 11. Paul Van As taking the reins as coach, and the crowd count us into this first half between New Zealand and the Netherlands. Billy Bakker to get us underway then. The Dutch playing from right to left in this first half. The Netherlands, the 3 times winners of the Hockey World Cup. They also have 2 silvers and 2 bronze, going for that 4th World Cup. Currently ranked 3rd in the world. And their opponents this evening, New Zealand, ranked 3 places back in 6th. New Zealand, the silver medalists in the Hero Hockey World League final, so have had a taste of success in the last year, that coming in January. Blacksticks playing from left to right and getting an early free hit there with Shea McAleese at the back. There's Verger, Valentin Verger, 2 goals in the tournament so far. Haywood over the ball, and he'll go for the aerial route forward to Burrows, who brings that ball down. Phil Burrows, 1 goal in the tournament for him as well. And Edwards drives forwards now, an early circle penetration for Steve Edwards, and still a chance here for Child to get something. A little bobble over the stick, taken deliberately across the baseline by Bart. That'll be a penalty corner. Let's bring in David Hart, the Ireland goalkeeper, who's watching this alongside me here. The right decision, David.
Absolutely. Ball intentionally put over the end line. Sander Devine doing well to get low, but unfortunately Marcus Child made his way through here. Sander Bart just popping it over the end line. You could almost tell by body language there he kind of knew it himself.
And that's because it was deliberately put across the baseline. Penalty corner the result for New Zealand. A great start inside the first couple of minutes. Penalty corner number 1 for the Blacksticks.
Hold that line, 5 seconds.
Well, keep an eye out for Andy Haywood here. He's got the headband on there at the head of the D. Very much the preferred choice so far in the tournament. This to take the lead. Haywood from the head of the D. Brave run out from the number 1 runner. It's Hofman, by the looks of things, that hobbles back. Shot on target, but Hofman wearing that one. And he's going to make way, I think, for another number 1 runner here and go and get that nursed.
Yeah, you can see a brave line from Hofman, really fast out. He's taking that, by the looks of things, on the foot there, just the ankle, and the speed that these rag flickers generate with that ball is ferocious, and for anyone to be running, you can see there's no surprise he's hobbling away like that.
Yeah, can't make the substitution just yet, the Netherlands, so Hertzberg will have to wait for the penalty corner to be played out. Jenis again stands by to inject. Haywood again at the head of the D. Penalty corner number 2 for New Zealand. Comes into the head of the D. Haywood lets it rip, and a good low save from Stockman. Low to his left-hand side, denying Haywood and denying New Zealand that opening goal. Sideline ball for the Netherlands. Good early save for the man that wins his 100th cap today for his country.
Some early save as well, doing brilliantly to get the left leg guard, strong left leg guard. Perfect technique, clearing it out over the sideline, giving a long corner. He'd be absolutely delighted with that. As you said, it's always vitally important at times for a keeper to get the first touch, but when it's as crucial as that with a penalty corner save, it's even better.
Interception from Devine at the back. Verger now. lobs out and cross field to Jolie. Link van der Weerden alongside him, but skip pass to Van der Horst. This is Devine. No movement up on that left flank for the Dutch. So New Zealand 0, Netherlands 0, if you're just joining us a couple of minutes late. Final pool game of this tournament. Remember, Netherlands have to win it if they want to play England in the semi-finals. If New Zealand win this game, well, that means the Netherlands will face Australia in the semi-finals. Women's semi-finalists confirmed as well. We'll bring you up to speed with all of that shortly as Billy Bakker comes around the baseline now. It's the Netherlands with Verge with the chance. Sevi van As back there now. Well, the umpire, Van As, I think, thought the whistle had gone.
Stop the free.
Yeah, so I think that whistle coming from behind the goal. Here's that run from Billy Bakker, comes up off Verge, and then Sevi van As literally stopping dead because he heard a whistle.
You can just hear the MC in the stadium. Just reminder to all fans here not to be using the whistle, as it can put players off. As you mentioned, Sevi van As stopping dead in his tracks there.
Van der Horst.
22 black, hands out, please.
And you can hear the umpires communicating with the players as well. I think Blair Tarrant getting a bit physical there inside the circle. He's marking Billy Bakker, who's got around the back already this evening for the Netherlands. No goals as yet for them. New Zealand making their first round of changes with Blair Hilton coming on up front. He's made a huge long run down that left baseline, and Hilton's going to pick this up. Came straight on from the halfway line as a substitute. Child. Edwards now. Nick Hague wins the free hit. Bart going to ground. This can be slapped straight into the circle. Hague steps up, gets some pace on it. Little touch there, takes it away from Devine for a sideline ball. Restart again from Child this time. Canters forward. It's going to fall for Bakker. Now a chance for the Dutch to counter-attack. Hertzberger accelerating to his right. Gallimer to his left. Gallimer just cutting in field. New Zealand with numbers back here. No way through.
It's a bright start, to be fair, to this New Zealand side. Probably one of the brightest starts we've seen any time a team has come up against the Dutch team here in front of the 15,000 odd screaming fans for the Dutch. But it's interesting to note that the Kiwis have decided to go for Hamish McGregor in goal today, as preferred to the usual number one, Manchester, who is sitting on the bench for this one.
Worth pointing out that these two met at the Hockey World League Championships. Netherlands winning that game, though, in the final, beating New Zealand, who made their first final, I believe, in the last 20-odd years. It's been a while.
The Dutch will be obviously loving the home crowd. It's interesting to note, two of the previous times that they were actually winners was actually here in the Netherlands, so maybe that's a good omen for them for another World Cup title to their name.
Yeah, last winning it in 1998 on home soil in Utrecht, as they come forward again looking for an opening goal. It's Hertzberger, just overlays the ball, almost gets lifted off his feet there. Verge picks up that aerial ball. Van der Horst in support. This is Jolie. Vermeulen over on the right-hand flank. He too earns 100 caps today for the Netherlands. Verge with a free shot on the reverse. Finds the backboard, and the Netherlands have the lead. It falls kindly for Valentin Verge. The cross, pinpoint accurate. Verge's finish, sublime. It's New Zealand 0, Netherlands 1.
An incredibly simple goal in the end. The Dutch did well to work it to their right side. Player in your screen there, Klaas Vermeulen, also a Centurion tonight, gets the ball here from a very Jolie pass, and his beautifully slapped ball just finds Verge almost alone there, and his reverse stick shot beating the keeper low to his right side. Verge just getting ahead of his marker there, and a great finish on the reverse stick.
Great vision from Vermeulen to find Verger. And the Netherlands have the lead. Verger straight to the dugout. Gets a slight breather for his efforts. And after 8 minutes, the Netherlands have the lead. It's 1-0. Jolie then to van der Linden. That's Hoffman who's back on the pitch, can't quite gather that ball, and New Zealand come away with it. Down that right-hand flank now with Steve Edwards. Can he add to his goal tally? Just one in the tournament so far. Hilton now along the baseline, looks for the ball back to Edwards. Van der Linden just taps it off. It'll be a sideline ball for New Zealand. Hague over the ball and just restarts himself. 1-2, finds his foot from Hilton. Netherlands ball. Well, hopefully getting to sample a bit of the atmosphere here in The Hague. It's been a superb tournament, 10 days in, and we're really getting down to the business end of the tournament. In the women's half of the draw, the USA confirmed semi-finalists against Australia. Second semi-final will be the host nation, the Netherlands, against their arch rivals, Argentina. Going head-to-head, though, in the semi-final rather than the final this year. And the USA, the surprise package of this tournament against Australia. Great skills from Sebi Van As into the D now. Jonker wins the penalty corner. The first of the night for the Netherlands. Jonker and Van As linking up. And some explanation required here for the New Zealand defence. They've got their video referral if they want to use it. They don't. They now just have 30 seconds to get their protective gear on.
Sebi Van As showing great skills, which he's done so throughout this tournament, linking up with Kunstein Jonker, who was seemed to have been fouled there as he just turned. Cousins, the culprit there, showing good strength, and Simmons there of South Africa given the short corners. Interesting to note that Mick van der Veerden is actually sitting on the bench.
Fear not, because your own Hertzberger is at the head of the D. Alongside him, Jolie. It comes Hertzberger's way, keeps it low. An outstretched left foot from McGregor, keeps it out.
I think it might have been post, man.
Okay, we'll have a closer look in our slow-motion replay. In the meantime, the Netherlands have gone on to win another penalty corner, saying that there was a foot there inside the D. Yeah, both umpires conferring and confirming that there is indeed a foot inside the circle. Penalty corner number 2 of the night for the Netherlands. Here's a look at that replay.
I think just there, striking the foot of the first runner, deviating the ball to that low left side.
Second chance for the Netherlands. Hertzberger again, shoots wide this time. Cousins thinks about the quick restart, just allows his defence to get rid of their padding. Here's the corner again.
Hertzberger opting to go to that glove side again of the postman, not finding a target there. Good power behind it, but unfortunately, outcome is a 16-yard hit.
Where would he have put it, I wonder?
Been pretty consistent this tournament, so I'd like to say in between the post centre and certainly on target.
And that chap for the same matter, actually, Andy Hayward, has been electric from the head of the D. New Zealand having had 2 penalty corners already in this game. There's a look at possession. Netherlands just starting to boss the last 10 minutes or so. But it was a bright start from New Zealand. Netherlands, though, ahead through Valentin Verger, scoring on 8 minutes.
The Dutch happy to really rotate that right defender in Van der Linden and really push him high in order to try and create space and overlap.
There's Bart now to Kemperman. Kemperman's going to get into the D here. Cross comes in, has a shot, in fact, from that tight angle. Parried back by McGregor. Billy Backer making himself big up there, 5 metres away from Cousins, who'll take the restart. May go to air. Does indeed, and Balkenstein's underneath it. Had to bring it down because Child was lurking behind him. Marcus Child there now. The Black Stick step forward. Burrows with a tackle that takes it out for a sideline ball. Aerial this time from Van der Horst, looking for Van der Linden, but too much gas on that. been down the gym, I think, Robert van der Horst, working those guns. Here's another look back at the goal.
Verga having all the time in the world, really, but take nothing away from it. A fantastic finish, and look how much it means to these guys.
Poor defending from New Zealand.
I think the defender in front of him really tried to go and commit himself to get that interception, really go in and all or nothing, and unfortunately it this time didn't pay off.
Looking for the equaliser then. New Zealand come forward, 1-2 down the line. It's Simon Child this time. They managed to keep the ball in, him and Jared Panchier. Now some defensive work to do with that chance gone. They put it behind them. Simon Child, who you came up a fair few times against in the Hockey India League this year when you were playing for the Mumbai Magicians. Was it the Delhi Wave Riders, I believe?
Yeah, Simon Child was a part of the successful Delhi Wave Rider team, which went on to win the Hockey India League in that second season. Fantastic striker, over the 200 cap marker now. Really has an eye for goal. Scoring one of the goals of the tournament when a high ball was crossed over on the Greenfields pitch, taking it down one touch and smashing it over the head of the South African keeper, Rassie Pieterse.
There's a bobbly one for Jennis to deal with. It'll be a 16-yard hit for the Netherlands. Yeah, if you haven't seen that goal by Simon Child, there's his brother Marcus. But the Simon Child goal against South Africa, as you say, one of the goals of the tournament. You can find that on the FIH website, fih.ch. Scroll back through the games. If you missed anything so far, get up to speed. See where we are. We'll be entering the semi-final phases and the classification matches later this week. A day off for the players tomorrow. Both men and women in action here in The Hague. We know who our men's semi-finalists are going to be, but we don't know who they're going to play just yet. Australia and England already confirmed. Netherlands and Argentina, the surprise package in the men's half of the draw, also confirmed. A win here for the Netherlands or a draw will see them play England in the semi-finals.
On the way over everyone's head.
They've got their noses in front in this first half. A goal on the board. Hamish Jamson of England, one of our umpires today. Gary Simmons of South Africa up the other end, just basking in the evening sunshine. It's been another funny day here in The Hague. Weather's so interchangeable. There, a look at possession. New Zealand spending 51% of the game inside their opponent's half. Certainly a start. Vermeulen picks up in the midfield. Pressure comes in from Burrows, and now New Zealand have it back. McAleese. This is Simon Child. First touch again eludes him. And Balkestein gives chase. Child keeps it in play. Balkestein sweeps it away. Burrows keeps it in. There's a little push there from Balkestein, which the umpire doesn't like. Better second phase tackle from Balkestein. Easy pickings for Bart. Van der Linden now.
Huge advantage the Dutch have is in their back four, the likes of Mink van der Wieren, Robert van der Horst and Marcel Balkenstein, is that they all play for the same team, club team in the Netherlands here, Rangers Vaart, who recently became champions, so they'll have a good understanding of each other.
New Zealand getting close to getting this equaliser. Up the right end of the pitch, that's for sure. Lovely little ball under the shoulder from Marcus Child, looking to pick out Stephen Jennis. Reverse thick cross this time is high. Almost takes Simon Child's head clean off. McAleese just getting underneath that one. New Zealand just opting to sit back now. Van der Wieren, crossfield to Balkestein. Van der Linden. Kemperman ahead of him. Keeps it in play, looks for the little 1-2. Great ball as Van der Linden comes through now, and here's a chance to get the ball across the face of D again. Verga scored from this very position on 8 minutes. Vermeulen with the cross in. This time, the Netherlands unable to get anything across. Hertzberger fronts up and tries to deny any easy access out for New Zealand. Bobby Crutchley on the right of your picture there, head coach of the England men's side. Saw his boys win last night, 3-2 against Belgium. They had to win that game to secure their semi-final berth. McAleese now again. Oh, lovely skill. Beats Bart into the D. Second tackle comes in from Mink van der Weerden. It's a goodie. Verga, the goal scorer. Kemperman now. Lovely overlapping run, well predicted though. And Steve Edwards comes forward. Again, another player that experienced some of the Hockey India League. Kemperman there on the right of your picture. And Edwards going shoulder to shoulder. Burrows with the self-pass. Hits him flat. Comes up off a Dutch player and will go for a long corner. Panchi has the ball robbed from him. Good turn of pace again from Bart. He made one of these runs in the game before this against South Africa. Scored a great goal. Still up in the attack though. Hertzberger having to come in and cover tackle him. Nicks the ball off Hugo Ingels. Jolie and acres of space here. The Netherlands just able to work it around at the moment.
The Dutch look by far the happier to keep the ball, and in doing so, valuing that possession that bit more, not really looking to try and find that killer pass straight away, and therefore valuing ball possession, which can be so crucial. Obviously, it doesn't always mean that you're going to get an outcome or score a goal, whatever, but once you have the ball, it means at times your team isn't running or having to track as much, and the New Zealand side is going to have to be running everywhere with this Dutch side, the way they move and the different link-up play they have between midfield and their forward line.
The Netherlands, who have won all 4 of their pool games so far, looking to make it 5 from 5 and finish top of the pool. Hertzberger peels out. Van Ass in front of him. This is Devine out through Van der Horst. Van der Weerden. Verga. Changing the angle well. Just putting in the extra hard yards with the first 5 metres of running. Jolie thinks about going straight into the D. Comes wide instead to Devine. Forward again to Verga, who's operating from right to left on this field. Again, looks to get it crossed in, reverse stick on the tomahawk shot. Long corner. Again, comes in flat stick. Devine will get to it first. Keeps it in play, and Jolie now. Crossfield, great pick from Van der Horst as it bobbled towards him. Van der Weerden. Down the line now to Van Ass. Tackle from Burrows. Regains it. Hilton looking for the 1-2. Gets it back. And trying to squeeze past Vermeulen. Wins the free hit. Gets the self-pass. Instead, just leaves it for Burrows. So possession back to New Zealand. That was a strong phase of play for the Netherlands. No way through. Let's see what New Zealand can do. Oh, interesting there that 57% of the time spent inside the attacking 23 for New Zealand. 2 penalty corners as a result of it, but no goals. Coach Paul Van Ass sending Robert Kemperman back out from the dugout. Billy Bakker alongside him on the halfway line. Both Dutch players looking to roll on. In the meantime, Verga throws one forward to Hertzberger. Might fancy his chances here. Can't get past the tall figure of Alex Shaw. Hertzberger going to ground.
It's going into its low, isn't it?
New Zealand seem quite content with this scoreline at 1-0 at the moment. Netherlands haven't really had any other chances though, but maybe here we go with Wouter Jolie. Just taking their time. And the danger is here, the Dutch could do this all night.
Couldn't agree more with you. Even though New Zealand will be only happy that it is the 1-0 up on that scoreboard, it's crucial what they do when they actually have the ball. As you mentioned, they haven't really created much since that penalty corner opportunities. And with 12 minutes left to play, they'll be looking to try register some more penetrating entries into that circle, maybe find another corner for their big man at the back, Hayward, to come up and do what he does best.
They forced a save from Jaap Stockman from one of those penalty corners. Stockman at full stretch to deny Hayward in New Zealand the opening goal. Straight back up the other end, though. Valentin Verga did open the scoring on 8 minutes. Ball played up high by New Zealand. Came up off Stephen Genis's stick last time round. So again, the Dutch will have back possession. And well, they said they were going to play entertaining hockey to the very end. This is sort of taking a bit of the fun out of it. They're just picking their time wisely to attack, not throwing 100% at it as Robert van der Horst tries to get around the back, puts a little bit of extra pressure on Blair Tarrant. Kemperman now hasn't quite got up to full steam as yet. 7 goals against South Africa in the game before this. Finishing the game 7-1, just the one against Germany. Similar sort of steady performance in that game. 2-1 to Korea, well that was a close one. And 3-1 against Argentina. Argentina also qualifying for the semi-finals. So New Zealand aren't going to be there. Germany aren't going to be there.
It's really been the story of this World Cup, hasn't it, Michael? Every team showing their capability of beating a higher ranked team or similarly losing to a lower ranked team. So Argentina men, from the men's side of things, being the surprise package, making their way into the semi-final for the first time in their history, and also the USA women doing incredibly well, defying all odds and all pre-tournament ideas to make their way into the semi-final as well.
Hayward gets to it first, has it poached off in there by Xavier Van Ass, who just passes it round and does the extra legwork to get in behind the New Zealand defence. It'll be a long corner. Vermeulen delivered that flat stick pass to Verga for the winner. 10 minutes left to play in the first half. Still 1-0 for the Netherlands. Burrows, McAleese and Russell waiting in the wings. Just out of your picture in front of Balkestein, who plays that ball up the left-hand flank now to Kemperman. Plays it up past Shaw. Keeps going here, onto the reverse stick. Cross comes across and the far post was open for Xavier Van Ass. Squeezes it past the keeper. Van Ass adds a second. And the Netherlands lead here by 2. It's New Zealand 0, Netherlands 2, but there's going to be a video referral, I think.
It might be an umpire referral himself here by the looks of things. We'll hear what he has to say.
It is an umpire referral, let's listen in.
It hasn't hit a Dutch foot just in front of me before it's gone in.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, we'll check.
Thank you.
So, no doubt about the finish, but was there a foot? Keep an eye out for Xavier Van Ass. Kemperman did the danger here. Got onto the reverse stick, crossed it in, but is there a foot here?
That's that one there, yeah.
To me, it looked like it struck the back foot of Xavier Van Ass, but as we've seen so many times, pictures can be quite misleading, but Kemperman showing his trickery again brilliantly. Put it onto reverse.
He'll have a look at it.
Put in a good cross here.
He'll have a look at everything, but I asked him about that foot there that you've just seen there.
It's not a shot on goal, right? So it's got to be...
That's my referral. He'll have a look at the danger.
This will tell us. Oh, even that, you have to slow down. That's in slow motion. We're going to need super slow for this.
Fantastic images here.
That stick, it's the bottom of the stick.
It looks like the very edge of the stick there.
Well, Van Ass not moving. He's back on the halfway line. A couple of New Zealand players around him saying, fess up, but he's saying it didn't come off his foot. He didn't feel anything. Can we see anything there?
I didn't get that. I've heard it over the PA.
Okay, Gary, I think we go foot there because his stick looks higher than the actual foot, so okay. Foot free out.
Free out, no worries. Wait.
That's the explanation from Andy Mayer. Xavier Van Ass walks off to the dugout. Please. He says it's all stick.
Thanks, Andy.
Well, from the reaction, you kind of have to go with the player because I don't think he'd react like that had it come off his foot. He would have just taken it on the chin.
No, Xavier Van Ass is an incredibly great player on the pitch, but also a really nice guy off the pitch, and his reaction says it all. And I think he probably potentially could have had a goal just taken off him there.
Well, they'll just have to do it all again. New Zealand 0, Netherlands 1. Balkenstein. Vermeulen. This is Verga. Well, he just led a bit too far away from that, allowing New Zealand to get in and pinch it back. Good defence from Kane Russell. Russell again. Forward to McAleese. McAleese drives down that right-hand flank, gets the better of Vermeulen, but not for long. Somehow managed to hook his stick in there. He takes a breather. Hertzberger comes on. New Zealand come forward again. Jennis to give chase, but that ball bouncing away from him. Jolie and the Netherlands with the restart. Just sat there alongside Pierman Blaak, who's had a bit of pitch time in this World Cup in 2014. Jaap Stockman making one crucial save in this first half against Andy Hayward from a penalty corner. At the best shooting opportunity for New Zealand. Can they carve something else out here? Panchia comes forward onto the baseline. Marcus Child. This time it's come off his foot. Hertzberger released. Now Kemperman. Crossfield to Van der Linden. Verga. Good stick skills from Jonker. Gets it round the back of Blair Tarrant there. It'll be another long corner. Slippery little sucker.
Kunsalan Jonker plays his club hockey at SV Kampong. Happens to be a teammate of mine, and I can tell you his ability to do so in along tight spaces like that, end line entries, along with his skills in the circle, are second to none really, and the Dutch will be looking to supply him in those danger areas.
Sevi Van As, his goal disallowed just moments ago. Looks for me there as if it's squeezed down from the butt of the stick into the turf, and that's what gives it the kick. But is there a bit of foot in there as well? Well, that's why it was referred. Happens right underneath Gary Simmons' nose. No doubt about the finish, that goes in. Gary Simmons, the video umpire, referring it upstairs. No goal, the decision. That's gone over the baseline, and it'll be a 16-yard hit for the Netherlands.
Was an interesting explanation from Andy Maher's decision as well, saying that he had judged the stick was to be slightly higher, obviously, off the ground, and therefore gave him valid reason to give a foot.
Mink van der Weerden on the halfway. Well, we saw the Netherlands shut up shop against Germany after they took a 1-0 lead. I wonder if we'll see the same here this evening, or whether we'll see a bit more flair like we saw in the South Africa game and in that Argentina game in their opener over a week ago. Day 10 of the tournament. Semi-finalists decided. The final pool stage game. Cousins keen to get things going.
Right, let's go.
Now we play. Wasn't really giving Verga the time of day to back off there. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Come on, 10, settle down, come on.
That's Verga getting a little bit chatty now with the umpire. Gary Simmons over on that far side, doing well to control it. Tarrant slaps that ball forward. Panchia the target, bar up like a springbok almost to bash that one back down to Van der Linden. Van As now. Now he comes down the left-hand flank, cuts in field, but tracked back every single step of the way, goes over the shoulder of Tarrant. An acrobatic move, almost lands it back on his feet. It's a 5.9 from up here. Verga, crossfield to Vermeulen. Can't get it under control. Have a look at this. Whoop, there we go. Crowd like it. Hertzberger now comes forward. Still the Netherlands looking to find a second. There's a crossfield ball. Interception from Burrows was strong. He got everything behind that. Could have easily deflected up off his stick dangerously.
No better man to be in a situation like that. One of their go-to players, Phil Burrows, played over 300 times for his country now. Also very familiar with the Dutch game and also playing in the Netherlands. He plays in a local club here, not far from this stadium, in the club called HCC. along with fellow teammate who's on the ball now, Floris van der Linden.
Long ball's on. Verga gets it. Now into the D. Danger here for New Zealand. Ball pulled back. Far post was open, and it needed Hayward on the reverse stick to save the day. Sevi van As was lurking, takes the quick free hit, the restart, and van der Linden back now around Balkenstein. This is Bart. Again, it comes towards the header D. New Zealand just popping in there at the top of the D. Getting possession back, but not for long. This is Bart again. 3 minutes left to play in the first half. New Zealand 0, the Netherlands 1. Ahead through that Valentin Verga goal on 8 minutes. Seen a disallowed goal for Sevi van As. A save from Jaap Stockman up the other end off Andy Hayward's penalty corner. Those the best chances of the first half. Here come the Netherlands again. Galama now on the baseline, and this time comes off Verga. Cousins winning the battle.
This is the other interception from Andy Hayward. Right place, right time. Does well to cushion it on the open side, and then a bit of luck with possibly Sevi van As missing on the back post there, but nonetheless clears his lines well.
Here he is again. Have to have such a calm head in those situations, and Hayward keeping his cool and keeping his calm. Ball comes forward and just out of reach from Stephen Jennis. Quick assessment on what we've seen in the first half, David. The Netherlands here just quite happy to boss possession.
You would have to say, bar the opening few minutes where New Zealand were awarded their penalty corner and then a re-award again after striking the foot of the first runner, the Dutch have been valued for all this possession, all this dominance, and also that's probably sometimes what allows the top teams to separate themselves from the bottom teams, how clinical they are when they get their opportunities.
Yeah, well, there's an example of it. Simon Child stealing the ball back, but Kemperman automatically getting it back for the Netherlands. We'll pick up with this final attack then from Phil Burrows and Child. Well, Panchier, the communication wasn't there. He was coming off as a substitute. Berger as well having a breather, having scored the only goal of the game so far. Could this chap be on the score sheet today? We'll find out. Just over a minute left to play in this half, then a full 35 in the second half. Hopefully you can stick around wherever you're watching across the globe. Thanks for joining us. Mink van der Weerden with a slap pass in to the D. Jonker picks it up. The first touch was solid, then swept away to safety and a sideline by Steve Edwards. Jonker to take it back deep into his own half. This is Devine. Netherlands pushing high. Devine's going to come all the way here, slaps in again, another deflection. Cousins this time, falls to Hertzberger. Can't get the shot off, can he find a foot though? Still worming his way there along the baseline, gets the shot into the keeper's chest pad, bounced back off McGregor, and New Zealand come away with a free hit.
Hertzberger doing ever so well on the baseline. Best part about this move was his ability to come off the baseline to give himself a better angle there, to get a good flick into the chest of the goalkeeper. Benny Backer there, just being a judge to have committed a foul. It's amazing though, only 20 seconds left on the clock.
Here's Jonker, oh, came up off his foot, it must have done, because he was about to let rip, and even he knew it. Final chance then for New Zealand at the end of this half. Jennis goes to ground. It would have been a free hit, but the hooter goes for half-time, and it's New Zealand 0, Netherlands 1. Verga there, the goal scorer. Ahead of him was Sevi van As, who saw his goal disallowed. But Valentin Verga, the difference between these two sides as they go in at half-time for their half-time talk with fellow teammates and coach Paul van As. Floris van der Linden has to leave his stick, part of the rules and regulations. That goes into the stick bin, ready to be picked up in the second half. Well, a tight affair in the first half, and New Zealand still in touching distance of the Netherlands, who go in search of their 4th World Cup. Place in the semi-finals up for grabs. Come back and join us for the second half. It's New Zealand 0, Netherlands 1. Welcome back. New Zealand 0, Netherlands 1. Valentin Verga putting the Netherlands ahead in their final pool game. As things stand, they will finish top of the pool and, more importantly than that, unbeaten in the 2014 World Cup. If that is to happen, then they will face Argentina in the semi-finals. Australia and England already through. They'd like to face England in those semis. The Netherlands almost went behind here. Andy Hayward asking questions of Jaap Stokman, the Dutch goalkeeper. Up the other end, Valentin Verga opened up his account for the evening. A third World Cup goal for him this year. Off the backhand, thumps it past McGregor. And Hertzberger forcing a save from McGregor and Cousins there on the baseline. No way through for Hertzberger. Cousins just sweeping that one away eventually. Kemperman showed his class here with another reverse stick cross. That there, adjudged to have come off Sevi Van Ass's foot. Had to go to video referral for it, so the goal disallowed. Umpire just saying there was a little bit of toe contact there for Van Ass, who, well, visibly didn't agree. So Valentin Verga there in your picture, the man that separates the two sides. Water still going on here at half-time. Half-time entertainment too. Locals loving it. So 1-0 at half-time. 5 shots for the Netherlands, 2 for New Zealand. 11 circle penetrations in total, though, for the Dutch. And 66% of the possession. Neither side able to convert from their 2 penalty corners in the game. Let's head pitch side for some reaction from Paul Van Ass. He's with Quentin Hull.
Well, Paul, first of all, what did you think of the call on that disallowed goal?
Sevi was sure he didn't touch his foot, so I stared at it. I haven't seen it. I couldn't see it, so. But okay, 2 opinions, and therefore we have a video umpire, right? I hope he was right.
Always tough when you know that you're in the semi-finals when you play a last pool game. Are you happy with the intensity?
No, it's a very poor game from both sides. Of our side, it's dramatic, and from their side, it's also dramatic. So we play with fire if we continue like this.
And what have you said to them at half-time?
That we play with fire if we continue like this.
Thanks, Paul.
There's a look at the table as it stands at the moment. The Netherlands with a win will take them to the top of the table in a game against England, remember. England versus Netherlands if they win. If they lose, they will face Australia from the other pool. South Africa and Korea at the bottom half of the table. Germany didn't qualify for the semi-finals. They are currently third, with New Zealand nipping away at their heels, looking for another 3 points. So from New Zealand's perspective, 2 opening wins in the tournament against Korea and South Africa. The Dutch, well, they haven't stumbled as yet. Van Ass, his dad there, the coach of the Netherlands, says they have to come out and play with more fire in this second half. Get on Twitter quickly, catch up with all the news you've missed from the day at FIH_hockey. Several takers out there already. Get your photos up as well, facebook.com/FIHockey. And you can get access to all the photos of the day. Great scenes here in The Hague. Every single evening game has been packed for the home side. And just 45 seconds to go until the pushback. One more circle of the Mexican wave. Hayward, who had 2 penalty corners in that first half. One was charged down bravely by Rogier Hoffman. The second forced a world-class save from Jaap Stokman. Take your seats, grab your beers. Final game of the pool on day 10 about to conclude here in the evening sunshine in The Hague. So New Zealand versus the Netherlands. It's New Zealand 0, Netherlands 1 at half-time. Valentin Verga putting the Netherlands ahead on 8 minutes. A wild swing there from Wutajoli. It'll be Burrows to pick up with possession for the Black Sticks. Tarrant thinks about going and penetrating the circle. Cousins just pivots and passes back to Tarrant. Sevi Van As in his face. Van As denied after a video referral. Concluded that, well, before his goal went in, it did indeed come off his foot. So his goal disallowed. Mick van der Weerden, haven't seen any penalty corners from him. Hertzberger taking the duties in the first half, but none from two for the Netherlands. Tarrant again looks to come in field. There's a ball to the head of the D, which Sander Bart will pick up. Davy Hart, the Ireland goalkeeper's with us here. Not the best pass from Bart. Your assessment of the Dutch in this first half?
First half was I had to sum it up. An interesting word that Paul Van As used to describe both teams was dramatic. Obviously referring to that, not going to the best of their ability or to the best of their level, but I think the Dutch are still in about third gear. They could really step it up if they really need to and really want to, and go into the fourth, fifth, and really kick on here with a few more goals.
Well, the crowd are looking for overdrive, as are we up here in the commentary box. Obviously goals bringing the game to life, but one goal would do it. There's Carlos Retegi, who's guided both his sides through to the semi-finals. An amazing achievement. 3 Pan-American sides as well in the semi-finals. The USA will face Australia in one half of the semi-final draw. The Netherlands will take on Argentina in the other half of the women's draw. That for a place in the finals. Also, though, Argentina with their men safely through to the semis. Huge achievement.
It's one thing the Dutch probably have to be wary of as well. While they're winning and in this fashion, they will go on to take on England in that other half. What's interesting to note is that obviously if they lose this game, or if anything, obviously the desired result does not come out, they go on and face world number 1 Australia, which is something obviously they probably don't want to have in a semi-final of a World Cup either.
Just going back to Paul Van As's half-time talk with us there, pitch side, also described the performance as poor so far from the Dutch. Would you agree with that?
It seems to be a bit lackluster. That's another way to describe it. We know this whole Dutch team, all 18 players here at the World Cup have amazing technical ability, speed, skill, you know, everything that a hockey player requires. But right now, it's not really coming off for them in what is known, obviously, the most important area of the pitch, inside that 23, and in particular, inside that New Zealand circle.
It's not one of those must-win games, so is it one where you take your foot slightly off the gas? You alluded to them being in third gear as Kemperman looks to try and step it up into fourth, wins a free hit. Let's see if he can do something with this. 1-2 with Devine over on that far side. Thinks about hacking this one in. Does come in, and as well falls for Bakker. And it's gone down on his foot, and he's gone down to ground.
Do you want a doctor? There's 2 minutes if you have him, you know. Huh? It's 2 minutes if you get the doctor. No.
Straight back up on his feet.
A bit theatrical in the end. Well, just striking him on the foot there. Perhaps a New Zealand stick just coming onto his knee there. Again, all for a bit of show.
Let's see if New Zealand have a response to that one goal scored in the first half, scored early on. McAleese now here in possession. Cousins the captain. Great vision, he's just scanning the horizon. What passes are on? McAleese was the easy one, but an easy pick for Bart. Vermeulen in support. Bart's going to have to go himself here. All the way to the baseline, throws the ball to the head of the D. Hayward's there again, not for the first time this evening. Tidying up for the Black Sticks. Panchia back through and around Tarrant. Crossfield now to Burrows. Child coming back into his own half. Plays the 1-2 with Burrows. Some space now down the right-hand flank for the Black Sticks, number 18. Again, the crossfield ball comes in. Hits Balkestein. Child going through on him as well. Oh, it was Hague, actually, with the final touch. This is Jolie.
Be curious to know what New Zealand coach Colin Batch had to say to his lads in half-time. Obviously, every time a team plays here in the World Cup, what's vitally important and also probably in the back of their minds is valuable world ranking points. Obviously, New Zealanders wanted to finish as high up as possible. in this group, but also obviously wins, draws, results all affect world ranking points, which can be so crucial to teams.
Yeah, quite a goal difference they'd have to build as well, with Germany ahead of them at the moment in the pool. They could finish equal on points, but they'd have to score a handful. 8 in total. Just needing that sway, and that's probably not realistic. What is realistic is getting a goal back. You look at circle penetrations there, 14 for the Dutch. They're controlling it as they look to make it 15. Divine, in and out. Yeah, again for me, the Dutch not at full speed here. Verga, solid challenge from Child. Verga keeps going, persistent, throws that one back rather carelessly, and gives his teammate Marcel Balkenstein a little jog back into his own half. There's Bakker, who just took one across the knee in an attack moments ago. One of those circle penetrations coming off. Kemperman looks forward, opts just to drift with it, plays in Van der Weerden. Slightly more aggressive now from the Netherlands. Shaw there at the heart of the defence for New Zealand, though. Won the free hit, and the umpire wants it taken back just on the other side of the pitch where Shaw made the initial tackle.
That's one of the things that can be so dangerous if you're playing against this talented Dutch side. 1 minute look like they're not half interested or at full speed. The next minute they turn it on and they're really coming at you, all guns blazing.
A little crafty ball through the legs from Robert van der Horst, trying to catch Jack Panchier. And that one coming up into the body of Shaw. So Hague with the restart. Burrows watches on. Nakalise off as well for the moment. Players taking on water, taking on refreshments. Important to stay hydrated throughout this game. Just 28 minutes left to play. Can New Zealand spring an upset here and, or just sway things in England and Argentina's favour, really?
Both England and Argentina obviously on the other side of the draw. I think almost a 50-50. They would love to have an experience to play the Dutch team here.
Skills from Edwards. Got through the first line of Dutch defence, but not past Balkenstein. Here he comes again, though. This time it's Robert van der Horst scrapping for the ball and wins the free hit against Edwards. Good calm head on him again, just getting his teammates around him to stay calm. We saw that gesture there.
And just as I was saying, both teams, England and Argentina, would love to play in a stadium like this in a World Cup semi-final, but similarly probably like to avoid a team that's really in form at this World Cup as well.
Bart carries it, picks it up from the back foot. Hadn't heard the whistle, I don't think.
Hey! Hey! Calm down! Can I ask you, can you tell them to leave the ball, please? There you go. Yeah, so you do. Dean, what happened was they couldn't hear the whistle. There's nothing deliberate about that. He couldn't hear the whistle. Simple as that.
I tend to agree with Hamish there. Don't think he heard that first blast of the whistle. Wouldn't have carried on with so much energy and gusto, would he? Sander Bart. Check him in for a hearing test. We'll get to the bottom of it. All good banter, really. Tarrant for the Black Sticks. Edwards picks it up on the reverse, can't get past Bart, who was marking him shoulder to shoulder. Van der Linden will think about taking this, or will he leave it for Mink van der Weerden? Just drops it off to his teammate.
And in doing so, as I mentioned earlier in the first half, the right back from Holland just creeping up that line, looking to try and create that overlap, and in doing so, the left striker of New Zealand has a choice. Does he stay and try press, or does he follow and drop and follow the run of that right back of Holland?
There is the right half. Linden was in the right place, but Edwards was back to do some superb cover work there. Took the aerial down initially and then kept a strong stick on it, so New Zealand maintaining possession. Here is Tarrant now, looking to wiggle free. Interception from Kalama. Bart outside him. Hertzberger there too. Oh, this is all the Dutch have done in the second half and in the latter part of the first half. Since going ahead, the ball comes in, takes a deflection. Bakker pinches it back after Kane Russell's deflection. And the Dutch come again. Here's Mink van der Weerden this time. Van der Linden. There's so much room for the Netherlands to operate. They're not really being contested here.
Probably mainly down to the fact that New Zealand operate in a zonal system. You can see, guys, players may be in their zone, but they're holding that dangerous line to goal, trying to intercept any passes. It's only their back four that are man marking.
The crowd have seen one goal in this game. The way things are going, just another one or two should do it. That's a super aerial ball, finds Ingles. Shaw in support on the far post, looking for the tip-in, completely unmarked in front of Jaap Stockman. He'll be furious with his defence for allowing Shaw to creep up that far upfield and almost got a tip-in for an equaliser.
It's a great ball in from Ingles, but what's Shaw doing up there? Big, tall defender, finding his way in an ideal goal-scoring position, but as you mentioned, really on his own. Jaap Stockman, you can tell from his reaction there, about to have a bit of a quiet word with his defenders.
Not too sure whether it's a quiet one. Up the other end, Jonker could have got something on that. Ball ended up in the back of the goal, but shot from outside the D. Cousins with the restart. Best chance of the half. It's gone New Zealand's way again. Again, another solid ball brought down. Brought by Russell. Russell trying to win the free hit and does. 1-2 again with Ingles. Can't get through this time.
Whoa.
Whistler gone. Jenis this time not hearing the umpire's whistle. Ball slapped in onto the reverse stick of Russell. Picked up by Jenis. Here's a chance. Strengthen the defensive tackles from the Netherlands. They clear their lines. It's a sideline ball. Hayward to take. There's another ball that goes first time through from McAleese. He thinks there was a long corner there. Umpire disagrees.
Encouraging signs from the Kiwis here. But again, it's all about what outcomes they're going to get inside that danger area, inside that circle. While it's good to get the circle penetrations, which they struggled to do in the first half, they really need to get an outcome.
Hayward confidently brings that ball down. Shaw, I think unintentionally, left that one for Burrows. Down the line again with Jenis. Burrows again. Picked off by Hertzberger in the air. Came up off the Dutchman though. Child, back to Burrows. Thinks about going to air, keeps it to ground. Little floated ball in behind. Trying to test the defence, it'll be a long corner.
You want long, rather?
He's going to have a free hit just outside the D. Flat stick tackle of Bart. Again, it'll be another free hit taken from the dotted line. 5 metres out from the shooting area. Child again. Persistent down the right-hand side. The ball comes into the circle again. Bart again taking it out for a long corner. No one between the ball, the line to goal, and Jaap Stockman, who just lets that one go. Well, frustrating that New Zealand didn't have someone in there.
And equally, it's one of those balls as a goalkeeper, you lift the foot and you're really hoping that behind you don't hear a bit of a ping of a post, because you never know where that's going to end up.
Well, New Zealand enjoying a comfortable spell of possession here in the second half. 21 minutes left to play. They go in search of that equalising goal. Came close with Alex Shaw in this second half, who almost got a deflection goal bound. That's come up off Child's foot. Acknowledges the pass. It was a good pass, just a poor trap. Mink van der Weerden. Balkenstein has a little pressure put on him New Zealand go in hunts and try and poach it back through Jennis. Jennis keeping a high line as well, so the Netherlands forced to come down this right-hand channel, which they do successfully. Bakker thinks that's his ball, and the umpire had signalled a 16. Nice try, Billy.
Almost got away with it.
Hayward, who's got that drag flick. Haven't seen it in the second half. Forced the save out of Stockman in the first, though. Oh, so important that Balkenstein got something on that. Delays the attack, but only slightly. Stockman comes right out. Child behind him. Stockman coming a good 6 or 7 metres off his line.
Stockman doing ever so well to read that ball as it was floated across. Coming out and meeting it with the right kicker. Came a bit high for the kicker, but no one in front of him, just doing well. Cushion that and clear it out. Well read by the Dutch keeper.
Yeah, just lunging at it, and on the half volley, smashing it back towards the halfway line. Well, since that, the Netherlands have regained possession. Interception from Cousins, had Jonker behind him. Again, both defences proving to be in the right place at the right time. This little tuck ball under the arm. Verga first to it. Acres of room over on the right-hand side. Who's in space? It's Devine that makes the run. Bakker was away to his right-hand side and was really screaming for it. For some reason, Devine didn't pass it to him. Bart all the way back through Jolie. Hague, Tarrant, Hilton and Panchier waiting to come on. Aerial ball comes up off Devine, brings it back under control and thumps it across into the D. Penalty corner came off Kane Russell, and the Dutch have their first penalty corner of the second half. It's corner number 3 of the night.
That all came from a successful move, as we've seen throughout this match. Paul Van A's tactics setting up to overload their right side. Sander Devine doing ever so well to get his cross in, striking the trail foot there. Young man Kane Russell giving Mink van der Weerden his first opportunity from the penalty corner.
Come on, you've got 10 seconds, Jelle.
So 10 seconds left for the defence to set themselves. 4 defenders and the goalkeeper look to deny. Netherlands second. Mink van der Weerden tucked in just behind Wouter Jolie. There he is.
Let's play, come on.
The man with the drag flick. Ball comes in. Van der Weerden, let's go, and there was a deflection there from the number 1 runner. Umpire thought that came off a foot and is given a penalty corner. New Zealand are going to contest it with their video referral. They think this was all stick.
You got nothing?
Just conferring with the other umpire.
Andy, I thought that was a foot on the number 1 runner.
Yeah, I guess that. We'll have a look.
We start long corner or volley?
We'll start long corner if it's wrong.
Yeah, Macauley's confident that had come off his stick. Mink van der Weerden, the angle narrowed down here before he could whip it off.
Yeah, it's all stick there. Brilliant running from Shea Macauley's, putting his body on the line there, as Mink van der Weerden was looking to go to that left side of the goal as we look at it, or to the keeper's right here. Doing ever so well to get a stick in the way of that.
It's the pace it comes off as well. You can tell it just there, almost cannons off in a deflection style. You can tell that's not a foot with more of a thud rather than a deflection.
At the way it ricochets off, it is showing the immense pace that Mink van der Weerden can generate from this corner. Just catching a stick there.
Well, you can't see it from that angle. And remember, the video umpire has to look at various angles to decide whether it was or wasn't.
Well, if we need a reminder...
Yeah, well, that's the one that tells us, isn't it?
Hi, Hamish.
Yeah, I got that's a good angle.
Yeah, that's a good stick there. So, yep.
Yeah. If you need a reminder of how quick Mink can flick the ball, just look at the game, the 1-0 they won against Germany. After a run-down corner from the German defence, Martin Heiner's stick snapping in half as he went to play the ball.
It can generate some power. So, New Zealand keep their video referral. We restart with a long corner, and the Dutch still up the business end of the pitch, looking to get a second. Kemperman back to Verga. Verga now to Vermeulen.
Go on.
Have a word with 5 black when you have a minute.
And 5 black is Andy Hayward. He's in the circle. It's a little bit physical in there with Jonker. That's what the umpires are alluding to there, if you can hear what they're saying on their comms. Mink van der Weerden in the meantime to Robert van der Horst. Van der Horst, great technique. I mean, if you analyse that, his eyes were up every step of the way. To any youngsters watching out there, that's the way to do it. Follow the lead from the Dutch captain.
Not only does he have his head up, but also the brilliant ball carrying position. It's just outside their right foot, allowing him to pass the ball in any direction that he chooses to do so. Something that in slow motion replays, of course, you can see, but also just in general play.
Don't often see that. Mink van der Weerden scuffing one, goes as far as McAlee, so I don't know what he was trying to do there. Has given it straight back to Vermeulen. Overlapping run from Devine. Sevi van As outside him, had that goal denied at the end of the first half. Wins a free hit here. Tarrant back in defence, Burrows alongside him, Shaw and McAleese blocking the line to goal. Van der Weerden thinking about going route one into the D, no, blocked by Shaw again, who's had the best shooting opportunity for New Zealand in this second half. There he goes again upfield, really fancies it tonight. Panchir having the ball pinched back off him, Kemperman now leaving the ball. Van As to Verga. Quick series of passes, changing direction once again for the Netherlands. Van der Linden to Verga again, who's putting in so much legwork out there. It'd be great to clock the miles that he's putting in during this World Cup. Van der Linden with Bakker ahead of him. Off the New Zealand foot there. Aaron Panchir. Van der Linden, Vermeulen, that's gone across the baseline. So with 15 minutes left to play, New Zealand still very much in touch here with the Netherlands. The Netherlands already qualified for the semi-finals. New Zealand able to dictate who they might face in those semi-finals. A win here for the Netherlands, or a draw in fact, we'll see them face Argentina. Should the Netherlands lose this game to New Zealand, they will face Australia. Interesting. For now, the Netherlands maintain possession. Little foul there on Hertzberger, but waved on by McAleese. And for me, that's where New Zealand need to love the ball a bit more, cherish the ball.
Just really going a bit too direct too early, and almost half chances, if you will. We saw Klaus Vermeulen just going over the back line there in a previous passage of play from the Dutch side, just showing their ability to knock the ball around and then choosing the right moment of time to spring an attack on this New Zealand side.
Again, the Netherlands go to air again. It's picked off by Edwards. So much room over on the right-hand side. The interception comes in from Vermeulen. Yonkers on the far post and cleared off the line and over the crossbar by Cousins. Long corner. Just caught the foot there of Hague. Vermeulen again with the restart. Verga. Stick challenge in there. Vermeulen doesn't agree. Have a look at this from Dean Cousins.
Yeah, fantastic piece of defence. Being in the right place, tracking that intended pass to the back post, reading it well, getting a full stick behind it, making his keeper a very happy man.
Hayward now brings it down and gets it into the circle. A chance here for New Zealand, a penalty corner. So straight back up the other end, and Hayward involved in the build-up. Netherlands conceding, and Hayward will have the opportunity here to draw things level.
Kunsa and Juncker not doing enough to really pressurise Hayward on his movement. Sander Devine there, number 23, finding his foot open, and Hugo Inglis, the benefactor of that. Sander Devine wearing those bright pink shoes, and unfortunately the ball rolling onto there, giving New Zealand another chance with the big man, number 5, Hayward, to unleash a ferocious drag flick, perhaps.
Perhaps. Andy Hayward with 6 in the tournament so far takes his place alongside him, Nick Hague. This is likely to be Hayward Comes out to the head of the D. Hayward lets it go, and Stockman again with another save. Tell you what, the pace he's generating. Child with the follow-up. That time it's come up off. So it's Blair Hilton's foot. But what a save.
It's another fantastic save from a world-class keeper. Stockman choosing to stand up, taking ferocious drag flick from Hayward directly onto that leg guard and generating an awful lot of pace behind it and to clear his lines. Another top save, but you wouldn't expect anything less from this man.
Well, Andy Hayward certainly generates the pace. Didn't quite have the accuracy to find a corner there on that occasion, and I think that is the only thing that's going to test Jaap Stockman this evening. It's just those angles that Hayward is letting those drag flicks go. He's had 3 chances so far, 2 shots on target, 2 great saves from Jaap Stockman. Advantage played as Jonker looks to carry a tackle or 2. Vermeulen.
It's really probably what Jaap Stockman as a keeper will be looking forward to, considering going into a semi-final. You know, the chances of facing Gonzalo Pelliad, or similarly from Australia, Chris Sorello.
Yeah, potentially either of those two. Berger's ball there was almost one of the passes of the tournament. Crept under a few sticks and completely opened up the game, but missed trap, giving it back to New Zealand. This is Hague. Cousins now. Panchier to his right, Tarrant here to his left. McAleese now on the touchline. Might need to just bring this infield a bit if he can. Gets past Vermeulen. Van der Horst to go, and then a bobbly pass forward. Target again was Kane Russell, who'd made the overlapping run. Now New Zealand choose to step high. Jenas lines up, and Van der Horst thinking about going to air. Interception, but off the foot of Jenas. There's another look back at that save. What a battle that's turning out to be between those two players. Bart now around the back, another foot again from Russell. Chalama. Shaw coming to it, forces it for a long corner. Both sets of players have to be 5 metres. Bart diagonal ball back into his own half with Van der Horst. Van der Linden. Kemperman and Van der Veerden waiting to come on there on the touchline. Burrows for New Zealand. Vermeulen in the meantime has it stolen off him. And Steve Edwards is working incredibly hard through both lines of attack and midfield. Here he is now with the ball.
It's a fantastic recovery there for Steve Edwards. Initially had lost the ball out to Klostermillen, which was a good battle, but then to pick it up almost with his back to the ball on the one-handed reverse.
I was thinking about the Route 1 ball. Dutch didn't want to take any chances, and one touch takes it away for a long corner.
No, 7, come on.
Any more goals left in this game? 8.5 left to play. New Zealand looking to scrap their way back into it. On the backhand, Robert van der Horst again with the calmest of touches. Hertzberger tries to go with the 2-on-1, but Burrows and Marcus Child teaming up. This is Simon Child. Oh, going all the way himself, Simon Child. Under his arm, there's an equaliser! What a great individual goal from Simon Child. Went all the way, skipped 3 or 4 tackles, and gets New Zealand their equaliser. So it's New Zealand 1, the Netherlands 1.
What an amazing individual goal from Simon Child, taking on what I saw from here to be 4 or 5 orange shirts in front of him, going the whole way. But the best part is the spin here and the squeeze into the ground. His ability to get the shot off so quickly, beating Stockman as he squeezes that ball down into the turf, and it pops up just past the goalkeeper's right stick side, over his glove. A fantastic finish. His ability there to roll the tackle of Sander Bart, much to the dislike of Jaap Stockman in the Dutch goal.
And much to the delight of Colin Batch, the New Zealand coach. The game comes to life. Van der Veerden looking to make it 2-1. Bakker was there on the P spot. Van Ass now tries to find Bakker. but it's too late. He was completely open, Van der Veerden couldn't get the ball through. So 1-1, still enough for the Dutch to go in and play against England. Another goal for New Zealand, though, could make it interesting. Simon Child getting the equaliser on 63 minutes.
Never seems to be just a normal, ordinary goal with that man, does it?
No, he scored a couple of beauties in this tournament. Kemperman now in the midfield. Will the Netherlands take the draw? They'll just pick up the 1 point, but would still see them top the table on 13 points. Argentina also currently on 12 points with the Netherlands, but the Netherlands with this final game in hand, looking to get a result from it. Kemperman is going to pick this up. Jonker's on the far post. Oh. Kemperman goes himself and almost looks to curl it in the top left-hand corner.
Don't think he got the best of connections here at the very end. Almost slicing it and topping it as he was making his way for that far left corner. Again, just the individual skills here shown by Simon Child to evade all those Dutch tackles and then find the back of the net.
Yeah, baby. 1-1. Game on. 5.5 minutes left to play. It's New Zealand 1, Netherlands 1. If you're just tuning in, don't go anywhere. New Zealand could still cause an upset here. New Zealand get one more goal. That means the Netherlands would have to face Australia in the semi-final. Well, if you're an England player or an Argentina player watching, I don't think you want to leave your TV screens or your computer screens. And no doubt they will be watching. We saw Bobby Crutchley earlier in the crowd, taking his match notes. At the beginning of the day, most people expecting the Netherlands to win this one comfortably, but New Zealand are making a good game of it. New Zealand ranked 6th in the world up against the Netherlands ranked 3rd. Some pressure here then to absorb.
As you mentioned previously, Michael, the ability for the Dutch to really go full at it knowing they've already qualified.
And the ease at the moment that New Zealand are able to carve through the midfield is going to be worrying for the Netherlands' defence. Simon Child just allowed to go straight through the Route 1 access. McAleese as well, also making easy work of it moments ago. Jonker, though, picks it up, not for long. Burrows and Hayward there to regain possession. This is Hayward. And Burrows side by side on this left flank. Cousins over on the right. And one more penalty corner could prove interesting. Hayward, the man on the ball. He's got enough to test Jaap Stockman in the goal. McAleese again confident enough and strong enough to carry those Dutch tackles. Panchier. Back out to Simon Child, the goal scorer. Got the equaliser after Valentin Verga put the Dutch ahead on 8 minutes. Hayward back around through Cousins. So keen to keep coming down this left channel. Ingles. Child, back to Ingles. Just got stuck under his feet. Verga comes away with it. Oh. Simon Child claiming his innocence, says it was a clean tackle. Umpire disagrees. Foul on Verga. 3 minutes left to go then. The draw will do it for the Netherlands. There's the England coach in the centre of your frame. The Dutch coach watches on. Doesn't seem too animated this evening. There's half of the Australian contingent. No sign of Rick Charlesworth. A tense few minutes for the Netherlands to ride out.
Can imagine Paul Van As, man on your screen there, not going to be a happy camper after this match. He mentioned the first half performance as poor and also as dramatic, and obviously would have expected a bit more from his players here, but credit where credit's due. The New Zealand team have really put it up to this Dutch side. Physical battle, along with also creating good chances themselves.
Yeah, it certainly lacked fire as well, which he alluded to, apart from a few individual bits of brilliance. Up one end, Valentin Verger. And in this second half, Simon Child with a screaming equaliser on 63 minutes. Solo effort that saw him carve through the heart of the Netherlands defence, right through the middle of the park. That ball going onto Burrows' foot. Netherlands with the restart. Yeah, I'm sure he won't mind watching that one again and again. Minute and a half to ride out. Netherlands just need to keep possession here, and then they'll be in the semi-final against England. Australia would then take on Argentina. Two of those teams progressing through to the final. At this stage, who knows who's going to have their name on that 2014 World Cup trophy. In the women's half of the draw, it's the USA versus Australia, and the Netherlands versus Argentina. Good spread of teams with a few surprises in there as well for good measure. Inside the final minute, still 1-1. This probably the final attack for New Zealand. Well, just 1 point here will see them finish 4th in the table on 7 points. That means they'll play 4th in the table, Spain, from the other draw. This is Bacca. Looks for his options infield, quite happy just to maintain possession. Jolie looks to waste a little more time with an aerial ball forward. One final surprise maybe, a bobbly ball. Get this in the deer, could be interesting. Shot wild. And this one's going to finish one apiece. New Zealand battling to the end, getting an equaliser. Sadly, they won't be through to the semi-finals, but the Netherlands are. Well, this is the only game that they haven't won in the pool stage. It's finished New Zealand 1, Netherlands 1. Well, not the most convincing of performances from Paul van As, who looks a tad worried there, with England now to face in the semi-finals. So Paul wins against Argentina, Korea, Germany and South Africa for the Netherlands. A goal this evening for Valentin Verger, a goal too for Simon Child there. Those two strikers on fine form. Both sides congratulate themselves and teammates and their opponents. But the points shared here in the final pool game on day 10. It's finished New Zealand 1, Netherlands 1. Jaap Stokman was furious with his defence. Couldn't believe that Simon Child was given so much room. Robert van der Horst there was one of the players who was skipped in the tackle, but there were at least 3 or 4 others as well in orange shirts. Maybe a small chink in the armour, something for England to focus on and analyse. Resilient from New Zealand. 7 points from their pool games. A win against Korea, a win against South Africa. Losses coming against Argentina and Germany, stopping them in their tracks of making a semi-final place. They finish 4th in the table as the evening sunshine settles here in The Hague. Seve van As, well, he was denied a goal. Was it or wasn't it? Watch the replays back as many times as you like and have your own view on it. Jaap Stokman just conceding that 1 goal to Simon Child. The Dutch gather away to one side of the pitch, and Simon Child alongside Quinton Hull asking the questions pitch side for us. Down to you.
Well, Simon, what satisfaction do you take from that result? Big stage for you tonight, probably your biggest stage of the whole tournament.
Yeah, you know, it was a fantastic game for us, and, you know, a really great atmosphere to play in front of, you know, a packed house here, and, you know, we're happy with the result. You know, Holland are a fantastic team, and, you know, we look back at our tournament, we're probably a little bit disappointed with that, the Argentinian game. You know, we targeted that one as a must-win for us, and, you know, we've played reasonably consistent throughout the tournament, just haven't been able to put 70 minutes together for a consecutive amount of games, which is a bit disappointing.
and you're able to thrill us again with a bit of individual brilliance. How satisfying is that when you get to score a big goal like that to earn a point?
Yeah, that's nice. It's always nice to score goals on the big stage, so I'm really pleased about that.
So you've got a few days to rest and then an important classification game. How do you keep the brain switched on?
Yeah, I think we've got a day off tomorrow, so I might head up to Amsterdam and just relax for the day, and then we've got a few training sessions in between now and our next game, so a bit of a rest tomorrow and then back focused for the upcoming game.
We've taken something from tonight. Well done.
Thanks very much, mate. Cheers. Cheers, pal.
And it looks like Valentin Verga's not too far away.
Yeah, we'll get down to Valentin very shortly. In fact, right now, he's already there.
Yes, we've got Valentin Verga with me. Big crowd, 1-1 to finish before the semi-final.
Yeah.
How do you think that is going to go down with the coach as far as the performance?
Well, I think we didn't play that well today. It wasn't our best hockey, but it's going to be better. It has to be better for the semi-finals. So we got now two days to rest, to think about the game, think about England, and then we'll be there, and we have to improve for ourselves. We have to play better than this today.
I'm sure as soon as you heard the tournament was going to be here at home, you dreamed of being in the semi-final.
Yeah.
To know you're here, how important is making the most of the opportunity you've got?
Well, it's very important. There is a lot of pressure for the ladies and for us. So we are in the semi-finals, and we are the head of the group. So I think we did really well. And what I just said before, we have to think about England right now and improve our game, and our opportunities will be better against England, I hope.
Good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Congratulations to the Netherlands, the men and the women, both through to the semi-final stages. Netherlands men will face England, the Netherlands women, Argentina. Two must-watch matches. There is confirmation that from this pool, the Netherlands and Argentina go through to the semi-finals. Argentina taking on Australia in the other semi-final. There's the classification matches, of course, to look forward to for the players and the team here. A well-deserved break. And we'll be back on Thursday with more hockey action on your TV screens. Do come back and join us. A huge thanks to David Hart, and from myself, Michael, a big good night.